Howdy. Michael here. Today, let's talk about color. Well, actually, why don't I just show you?
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
How do we talk about color? I mean, how do you talk about something that's so essentially visual? To me, color is a feeling. It's an emotion played out on the screen, and thus it can be very subjective based on the context. This episode, we're going to talk about how you can use specific colors and themes to tell your story. 3 characteristics define color: hue, saturation, and brightness. Hue is the specific color you're using. Saturation is the intensity of that color, and brightness is how light or dark that color is. Hue is usually the first element we think of when we talk about color. It's the color palette and scheme of your movie. Your use of hue can make your film feel balanced or dissonant. Some movies use one color prominently, making the film a wash of a single hue, monochromatic. Other films use colors that are all close on the color wheel, or an analogous scheme. The most prominent harmony you will see in Hollywood blockbusters are complementary harmonies. By using colors at the opposite ends of the color wheel, cinematographers are able to add depth and contrast to an image. While this is usually seen with orange and blues, complementary harmonies can be used with every color. Discordance happens when you put something in that doesn't fit the established color scheme. This can stick out and immediately draws the audience's eye to whatever is out of place. Your audience will notice when something doesn't fit in. Saturation is the difference between washed out and dramatic colors. Decreasing the saturation in a film blends the colors together into a sort of gray look, drained of life. This can also lead to a sense of realism and grit to your film. Increasing the saturation can add life back into the image, increasing the separation between all the colors on screen to make them appear more individually intense. The brightness of a color determines the relative lightness or darkness of that color. Bright colors are usually more lively and exciting, while darker colors are generally more serious and dramatic. Now that we have a more dynamic understanding of the components of color, how do we go about using it? What is its purpose? When I generally talk about a color's purpose, I talk about how it can be used to visually show the progression of a story or character and its relationship to those characters. We associate color with something through repetition. This repetition shows a relation to an idea. Like, if we see the color red whenever something bad happens to our characters, the inclusion of red in what seems like a peaceful scene can instantly put us on edge. If we've established that a color is associated with something, shifting that color can signal a transition. This transition can be slow, like with a character gradually changing over time, or it can be immediate, like a change in circumstance or location. Stories aren't just black and white, and your movie shouldn't be either. Next episode, we're going to talk about framing and composition in cinematography, and how you can use it to help make appealing images that tell your story. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.